5 seconds past Highway 15. Every time I go by there, I watch for a deer to come out of that stupid bush.
Walz seems to be available to the national press whenever he
open for business.
He wants to. He generally appears before friendly people. I would say meet the press. Well, let's put it this way. If Walz appears somewhere, it's because he knows he's going to escape. So he was on Meet the Press yesterday, and we get this.
Speaking of the Somali community, President Trump is targeting them and your state in part. He's citing fraud as the reason for his crackdown. Dozens of people of East African descent have been charged, convicted, and sentenced for stealing more than $1 billion in taxpayer money from government programs during COVID. As you know, Governor, that is more than Minnesota spends each year to run its Department of Corrections. So I want to give you a chance to respond to this. Do you take responsibility for failing to stop this fraud in your state?
Well, certainly I take responsibility for putting people in jail. Governors don't get to just talk theoretically.
Stop. We're going to have to stop this, as he says.
All right, I'm sorry. I wasn't ready with the trigger finger.
He has no responsibility for putting people in jail. All right, continue.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, wait, no, don't continue. It's all the feds.
Right, he has nothing to do with it.
He's done jack squat.
He's done everything possible to avoid having people go to jail.
And neither has his attorney general.
Right.
Minnesota has not done anything.
Right.
All right, thank you.
Wait a minute, Chris, wait.
Nope.
I think what I'll do is shut up and we'll just let the whole thing play.
Okay, it's so hard, though.
Because this minute and 30-second clip might take us 2 hours to get
could.
through.
So many things to say.
Wrong.
Fraud in your state.
Well, certainly I take responsibility for putting people in jail. Governors don't get to just talk theoretically. We have to solve problems. And I will note, it's not just Somalis. Minnesota is a generous state. Minnesota is a prosperous state, a well-run state. We're AAA bond rated, but that attracts criminals. Those people are going to jail.
Stop.
We're doing.
I can't help it. Stop.
You weren't going to make it.
There's 5 no's in
Close.
That's essentially the same as a police catching somebody robbing a house and putting it in the backseat of the car and saying to the criminal, "Why'd you pick this house?" "Well, I just thought this house looked so well run and so competently secured that I just thought this would be the place for me to rob."
Criminals want to flock to be here.
I'm not the first, I've been to this house before.
This house looked generous.
Yeah, it
It's
looked
not
like a good
because
place.
the garage door was open and
Right.
the BMW was sitting in the garage idling with the door open.
This guy, well, let me hold my tongue.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Prosperous states, a well-run state. We're AAA bond rated,
Nope.
but that attracts criminals. Those people are going to jail. We're doing everything we can, but to demonize an entire community on the actions of a few, it's lazy. And as you heard Senator Kelly say, this president has cut a lot of inspector generals. He's cut programs that could help us tackle this on. So we are.
Wait a minute. He's blaming Trump.
He is. But remember, he's running for governor against
That's a
Trump.
good point. That's a good point.
Take it on. We'll put folks in jail. I don't care what your nationality is. I don't care what your religion is, your color. If you're committing crimes, these are programs that were meant to serve students with autism, to housing, and to making sure people had enough to eat. There's a reason Minnesota ranks as the top. Lowest childhood poverty, best place for children to live. People are taking advantage of that. They're going to prison. That is totally disconnected with demonizing an entire group of people who came here fleeing civil war and created a vibrant community that makes Minnesota and this country better. But that's Donald Trump. Deflect, demonize, come up with no solutions. He's not going to help fix anything on fraud. My God, there's a big difference between fraud and corruption is something he knows about.
Well,
You didn't answer.
first of all,
Wow.
Walz will always have trouble if he's asked this question, because we now know more than we've ever known before just how complicit he has been in this fraud. So when he's asked about it, the only thing he can do is dance and move his feet as fast as possible and not say anything of meaningfulness, because he can't. He is so deeply involved in it that the only thing we can expect from him is this kind of fainting, dodging the bullet. He has nothing to say that's valuable.
I'm so old I remember
How
him
old are
saying
you?
this about 2 weeks ago.
I'm going to ask him to think about things like increased penalties for these types of crimes. And I think some of them border very closely on organized crime, where we got the federal government involved, these RICO crimes and things. So, yes, the answer is yes. Until we stop this, and I think every business would tell you this, we can do more. These folks try and stay one step ahead of us. We in government need to be given the authority. In some cases, we're pretty certain these people are doing it, but we don't have the authority to stop it. You know, look, in America, you're innocent until proven guilty. In these types of situations, maybe we need a pause. That you're not guilty, but we're pretty darn sure this isn't right. Let's put a pause on it. And if we're wrong, we'll make up the difference at the time. But the way the system works is now is we're expected to do it and then prosecute you and collect back on the back end.
We don't have the authority. That was November 12th on NPR.
He's a liar. He is lying.
Here, let's go to that tweet over the weekend from the Minnesota Department of Human Services employees.
Which has been verified.
Let me read this for you. Tim Walz is 100% responsible for massive fraud in Minnesota. We let Tim Walz know of fraud early on, hoping for a partnership in stopping the fraud. But no, we got the opposite response. Tim Walz systematically retaliated against whistleblowers using monitoring, threats, and repression.
And you've seen how he shuffled agency heads around. Walz has developed this irritating affectation of speaking quickly. I don't know if he thinks that fools people or makes him sound somewhat brighter. It doesn't. He babbles.
Are you making fun
Guys?
of me too?
No.
Oh.
Just when you do ads.
That account that I just quoted, the Minnesota Department of Human Services employees, has been suspended.
You're joking.
Really?
X suspends accounts which violated the X rules.
What are the X rules that it violated?
Hold on, let me read the rules. Wow.
That must have just happened.
Safety, privacy, authenticity, third-party advertising.
Well, Walz should either be in jail or impeached. And I think he needs, at the very least, this guy should resign. At the very least, he should resign. He has no business running again. And I'm now convinced the only reason he is to keep himself out of jail. But there's no justification for this incompetent boob staying on in office. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. The state is a laughingstock. He actually said that criminals come here because we're so well run. Is that how criminals
how I heard
decide
it.
where they're going to go?
Yeah. Well, we have said that. We've been ripe for the picking, which is what made us an easy target.
Remember how the DFLers...
That doesn't mean you're well run. You're just ripe for the
That's
picking.
true. That is true.
So they came here because you're so poorly run.
Right.
Remember how the DFLers reacted to Al Franken's come in Rangoon nonsense?
Yeah.
How come nobody has called for him to step down? They don't actually think he's going to win this election, do they? I think it's only when they finally realize that the election, he will not win the election.
Do you mean
then
like a
they'll
Biden thing where they came in and wiped him out?
Yep, that they're going to swoop in and say, it's time.
Can I share with you my prediction I gave Gabe about an hour and a half ago, Ken?
You may.
I'm sorry. I may. I think what's going to happen is he's going to step aside around Labor Day, maybe a little bit after Labor Day, and appoint, or someone will appoint.
I don't think he'll last that long.
But he's going to take all of the slings and the arrows up until then. And
Chris, Gabe, I don't think he's going to last till the new year.
I don't think he should last till the end of this day. And I'm serious. He should
be
not
in jail.
be the governor of this state.
I would be surprised the way the momentum is building if he, like Kenny said, if he lasts till the end of this year as their candidate.
I'll go with that. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, it's truly an embarrassing, unfortunate situation. He's ruined the state. He's ruined its reputation. He's ruined its quality of life. He's ruined the balance sheet. And we've heard from too many people who know that he knew about the fraud and didn't do anything about it.
We had someone on the phone
Keep the money going.
that said that very thing.
Who was a legislator.
Yep.
Period. Keep the money going. And as I said, shifting around agency heads. I suppose if one of them tried to tell him early on, look, this is a bad deal, let's put an end to it, they were replaced. Either that or he got rid of them because they were so involved they were going to get in trouble.
Kenny, here's what I'm seeing on social media. You mentioned that account had been suspended. There is a separate Minnesota Department of Human Services account that only has about 6,300 people following it, including being followed by Governor Tim Walz.
That's not the one.
Yeah, right. So that's what I'm wondering is if they maybe